Let's react to Sunny V2's new video, The Saddest Moments in YouTube History. As someone who's watched YouTube since they were a wee little baby, I would know quite a bit about this topic, so hopefully a couple come up that I will be aware of. One of them better be the fucking closure of Unus Annus, because that shit was fucking terrifying. I remember I was fucking crying over that shit, because that was actually like one of the fucking... If you were there, and if you watched that shit every single fucking day, bro... That got you emotionally attached, right? Even if you're the biggest fucking man on the planet, you cried that day. You know who you are. What else would be in here? I guess it depends on what kind of saddest moment he goes. So I feel like a lot of YouTubers being outed as criminals would also be considered pretty sad. Like that anime guy. What's it called again? I forgot what his name was. It's a guy who basically just killed his fucking family. He was like a guy who used to review anime and really liked guns. But yeah. Alright, let's get into it.
From Jake Paul to Joe Rogan, these are YouTube's saddest moments, with Linus Tech Tips starting our list with this iconic live stream. It was supposed to be
No, I can't take that seriously though. That's just funny, bro. That's just actually funny. Mr. B keeps selling gambling to the kids from my basement. Nah, it's people are kind of dumb, honestly, in that whole situation with Mr. Beast. Fair enough, the gambling stuff is kind of bad, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. It doesn't mean like, oh, what, he sold gambling to kids, probably unknowingly, or unintentionally, or whatever the fuck else. He made an oopsie, one oopsie. Well, I guess all his philanthropy and, donating to people millions of dollars, I guess that doesn't count anymore. We're gonna forget about that. He's a bad person. Like, fuck off. Also, the people, I know it's funny as well with Mr. Beast, people who yap about him, like, faking his videos. That's insane. That is actually insane. Because yes, no shit he does. Like, I feel like I'm the only one who's like, wait, people thought his videos were legit? Like 100? No, obviously they're not 100% legit. Like, what the fuck? What kind of an idiot you gotta be to believe that shit? Like, no, clearly it was fake to some degree. Like, for example, you know the parkour video, like the recent one? Yeah, no shit, that was fucking fake. You think he got all of that parkour shit first try? No, he fucking didn't. He absolutely fucking failed, and he had to redo it. Same thing, like for bigger competitions. I guarantee you, first of all, everyone's compensated. Absolutely, everyone gets at least minimum $1,000. Second of all, the winner of that is also always pretty much rigged, and as well, like some situations, like some guys probably like paid extra to play the villain, like because some people like outright like comically evil or like comically scheming in those videos. Like clearly, it's fake to some degree. It always was.
10 million subs, yet Linus began the stream with a pretty somber tone.
So yeah, I don't know how it all happened. I've got this following of literally 10 million, and
I mean, the funny thing is he said this, right, but he's still making content,
it kind of feels like
it's not exactly sad. He's still making content.
Sometimes,
right?
I'm probably more like you guys than you realize.
He'd talk about the pressure his work put on his family.
I mean, every time my wife would ask me, how long do we need to keep doing these kinds of hours? Like, how long do we need to keep pushing like this before we can just back off and like have a life? I started with, hey, look, I'm gonna slow down when we have kids. And I said, hey, thanks for basically soloing our first kid. Tell you what, I'll slow down when we have a second one. And then,
I mean, like, look, this is all sad and all, but like, ultimately, you gotta understand, right? This is just the only difference between him and just like the average person is that he's a millionaire, right? I don't find this shit sad at all, because guess what? There's a bunch of people that have to go through the same situation. Like, he's just talking about like his wife had to raise the first child basically all alone, right? At least for the probably just when they were a baby, right? I mean. But yeah, there's a bunch of fucking single mothers in the world as well who don't have a husband at all, who do not have a husband definitely that earns millions. Like, it's not as sad of a situation. Like, people would look at this and be like, oh, I feel so bad. It's like, yeah, well, you only feel bad because the guy makes videos online and you know his personality. I mean, but ultimately, his situation is fucking not bad in the slightest, and also 100% his fucking fault, by the way. Like, you not fucking putting time to like into your family, like dividing like work time and family time when you are a millionaire and can afford to do that is insane. So what if you fucking like stop earning millions and start earning 900,000 instead? Like, fuck off. Like, spare some time for your fucking family. Like, that's absolutely not something to like pity him over.
And then I said I'd slow down when they're old enough.
It just goes for all fucking. I hate when fucking YouTubers who are millionaires like complain about shit. Like burnout, for example. It's like, yeah, you're burned out. Stop fucking complaining and crying like a little bitch. Just take a break. You're fucking millionaire. You can afford it. You're not gonna lose relevance. And even if you do, you're set for life. Shut the fuck up. It's
I
insane.
remember that Daddy was always working, and then I said
I'm the one who should be fucking crying. Me and creators like me, people who put in a bunch of fucking effort. I stream every fucking day for like 2 to 4 hours, right? I constantly put out fucking videos, and what ends up fucking happening? I get 0 fucking views. Okay, to be fair, recently it's been picking up, and I'm pretty happy about that. But like, you know what I mean? Like my effort does not get paid off at all. And do you see me complaining about it? Not really. Like, at least not to the extent that these fucking big boys will complain. Like, oh, I'm a millionaire and my video only got 10 million instead of the usual 100. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. You gotta explain what this is. Just read. Learn to read and you'll know what it is.
Where they really need parent involvement to help them with their
Also, if you
homework.
want me to explain what something is, you need to join at the start of the stream. I can't explain it 10 billion times.
Or their sports club or whatever else.
There's no need to explain this. The saddest moments in YouTube history. Just read the title.
I had a pretty life-changing experience a little while ago. The kid in question was too sick to travel, and they asked if I could record a personalized video for him. So I picked up my phone, I pointed at myself, and I just tried to think of something to say, and I couldn't. And I looked at their guidelines, and it had just the most useless stuff in it. It was like, be upbeat, and don't
Wait,
talk
is he talking about his kid here, or is he talking about some other kid?
about death. And I was just like, this kid's 12. He's like dying of leukemia.
Okay, well that is pretty sad. Yeah, that is very sad.
Right now is
I
be
do
upbeat.
sympathize
The
there.
only thought going through my head
He's
is-
not referring to his kid. I think he's just referring to some kid who's dying. That sounds so insensitive of me, but I mean he is literally dying. I can definitely sympathize with that shit. Like, you know, having someone. Well, I sympathize. I don't know how it feels like because I don't have fucking people looking up to me. But you know, people looking up to you, idolizing you, and then you have like, and one of them is like dying of a serious illness, and you're just like, you want to help them, but you can't do anything, and they idolize you, but you can't do anything about it. Their fucking idol can't do anything for them, and that's like pressure on you, and it makes you feel really bad. You know, obviously the kid isn't thinking any of that shit, but you make that shit up yourself because you feel responsible.
It's like everyone and everything I know is gonna die. All I could see in the photo album was my kids. The whole thing made me question why I'm doing this.
Ironically, the thumbnail became a viral meme, leading to comments such as, came for the memes left with emotions, I'm not crying, I'm just water cooling my eyes, and where men cried.
I'm not sure about that.
Martin. Brad lost his dad at the age of only 6, which is understandably something he struggles to talk about.
That's the thing, you know, when I think about my dad.
Although the saddest example was during his podcast with Tyler Perry.
I don't want to cry. But why would you even hold it? However it feels, you should let it out. Don't do that, man. Let it out how it comes.
Yeah, that this guy said it right. This guy said it right. You really shouldn't hold the shit in. I can already tell. I mean, obviously you can just tell by the way he looks. He's like clearly like has like the to be fair, every man has this the pressure of like being a man and shit like that, but like and not showing your emotions. But you know, you shouldn't fucking do that. There's no point. Just fucking let it out. Let out your emotions. Talk about your emotions. I fucking do it all the time. Like I talk about my frustrations with YouTube all the fucking time. That shit actually does bother me at times. Not really because I'm not getting thousands of views or anything. Obviously, it's just because, you know, I'm not getting any on some videos, which is kind of insane and bothers me. Obviously, because that means that nobody fucking, or like especially when I don't get watch time. You know, you can have 1,000 views. If nobody finished the video once, that fucking hurts. Like if I have one person watch the whole video through, I'm happy. And if they enjoyed it, I'm happy with that. The issue is that doesn't happen, and then that makes me frustrated. I know I'm turning this about a thing into me about me, but whatever.
Brad was thanking Tyler for some advice he'd given earlier.
People get so caught up in where they're at and in the moment of like the negative and the darkness and the evil, and they don't see the light. It wasn't as simple as what I thought it was.
Just got here and see naked slop. I'm not naked. It's hot, bro. It's fucking hot as shit.
I built up so many walls and who
It's
I
hot,
was.
okay?
It's crazy looking back now how much it affected even my personal relationships, my intimate relationships, my relationships with my family, friends, everything.
And
It's
was
just
able
me,
to
or is
end
this
the
audio,
moment with
this
an
video like weirdly quiet? I don't know if it's just for me, but it feels like weirdly quiet.
excellent silver lining.
Everything that we go through, every hardship, every downfall is going to be a new opportunity to learn and to grow and to become better.
8. Joe Rogan. On episode 1123
I'm sorry.
of the Joe Rogan
I'm sorry, it's just so funny.
Experience.
Just Joe Rogan. Just imagine like, is there a sad moment in Joe Rogan history? I feel like if something sad happened, he just fucking laugh.
He and Kevin Smith were
Like, for no
talking
reason.
about their pets when Joe passively mentioned he saw a veterinarian cry.
He's the only vet I've ever had cry with me.
Over what
'Cause
animal?
I had a puppy that had distemper. Ah, man, the puppy just, after like a couple of days of being at the house, would have these seizures, like violent seizures. And then
Sucks.
towards
By
the
the way, what
end,
fucking... This
it
is
was
360p. Why is it
happening
360?
all day long.
As a result of the dog's condition, it had to be put down.
I
That's
held
sad.
the dog, I placed him down, I gave him a kiss, I said goodbye.
That is sad.
And he put the needle in the dog and put the dog to sleep. Then we both went outside, man. He was just crying. Just
Yeah, that's how you... we need more people like that, honestly. People who are actually passionate about what they do. Like, to that degree. Like, he actually fucking cried over, like, some random person's dog. Not even his own. Like, that is a passionate fucking person. As long as they can do their job right and doesn't let their emotions, like, you know, disrupt it. But, you know, still be emotional about it afterwards.
He was killed by a drunk driver.
The vet was?
Yeah, that was a rough one. I got an
Fucking hell.
email, I believe, from his daughter.
That's fucked.
Super good dude, man.
Leading Kevin to share
That's really
a similar
fucked.
story.
It's such a weird relationship where one day you're like, I love you to death and I love you so much I have to kill you. And that last fucking hour was like probably hands down the most difficult hour of my life, man, because we all knew what was coming. And your
You
program.
know, I might be a psychopath, but I don't think I'll ever experience this in my life, even if I do get a dog or like an animal. Because if I had to put them down, I probably wouldn't feel that much because I feel like I can never get attached to an animal that much. Like it is ultimately for me, my perspective. I might just be a psychopath, like I said, but like I think you cannot get attached. I think it's kind of weird to get attached to animals as much as you do like humans, actual people. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Like I love my dog, right? But I don't love him really. Like I wouldn't really actually like I wouldn't cry if I had to put him down or anything like that. I just take care of him like normal, and that's it. Like I don't actually like get that emotionally attached. He's just a fucking pet. I mean, ultimately.
To stop
It's not the
that
same
at all
thing.
Costs, your program to keep people
But to each
around,
his own,
keep
you know. I can
yourself
understand
around.
why
Seven
someone would, I
Loaf.
guess.
As a YouTube prankster, it seemed as though Loaf was always having fun. So
Doesn't
when
happen to
he
me.
posted a video titled "YouTube Saved My Life."
Oh, by the way, I did have an animal. Before you say like you just never had an animal die, I did. When I was a kid, we had this fucking big ass dog, bro. I loved her so much. She died. She got like fucking. What did she get? I think she got like stung by fucking bees to death. Something. It was something fucked up. I don't know if it was bees or whatever the fuck. She got fucking stung to death by something. I think. Yeah, I didn't really think much of it as a kid. I was like, oh, the pet's gone. I guess that's kind of sad. I guess I'll miss the pet. I'll miss petting him and shit like that. But I never really actually like got emotional or anything like that. I don't know. It's like I don't get emotional on other things. It's just like pets never really did anything for me.
Pressing
You know?
thumbnail in the following intro were
Emotionally.
Failure, loser, and loner are the three words that I would use to describe myself.
It seemed the audience
Same, bro,
was
same.
in for something different. Loaf began by stating he had a tough time growing up.
High school was a hard time for me. I was
Same,
really
bro, same.
insecure. I was really unsure of myself. I got bullied pretty bad.
And thought that
Same,
starting
bro, same.
YouTube would help to keep
I'm
him
not saying that
safe.
jokingly, by the way. I also fucking got bullied.
Make them laugh.
That's how.
but then they're not gonna hurt me.
However, Loaf struggled to find success.
For a while, it was just terrible. Like nothing was happening. I would be embarrassed when people would ask me what I did.
Even feeling like a failure in the presence of his parents.
Like my parents have never understood like the YouTube thing. That's probably like the hardest part because it's just like every kid wants to make their parents proud. You know what I mean?
Since then, however, Loaf has found massive
Yeah,
success.
I do agree with him. Obviously, every kid wants to make their parents proud, but I feel like if you can't, like some parents, I'm sorry, but some parents are a lost cause. Mine are a lost cause. Like I've tried so fucking hard, like so many times to make my parents proud. It's actually impossible. Like you can't do anything. They will always find something to complain about. Like you just have those kinds of people. Mine are not the only ones. It's pretty common. You will just find, especially like with Asian families. You'll find that Asian, specifically Chinese families, you will find that shit a lot, where especially once we've immigrated to America. That I've heard a lot of stories from those people. You just can't make some parents proud no matter what. Like it's impossible. You have to they will give you like outrageous demands, and unless you meet every single one of them, you will disappoint them. And then even if you do, you'll probably still disappoint them for some other reason because you can't match all of their demands. You know. Like
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Get a specific. Let's go back to those Asian families, right? Just so I don't talk about me personally. Usually, you know, whatever. Become a doctor, lawyer, fucking high paying position. You know what I mean? You need to match one of those. Okay, great. You match that. Okay, can you marry a woman at the age of 18, by the way, please, as well, you know, or even earlier probably. You can't. Oh well, fuck. That's you're a doctor though, but but I'm still disappointed because you didn't marry. You know what I mean? There's always something that'll happen, and even if you're a fucking like, let's say you become a doctor, right? They'll probably ask you, hey, what kind of doctor? How high are you up the ladder? Not all the way. Well. That's kind of yikes, you know what I mean? Like, it'll never be enough for some parents.
Announcing he was able to buy a house.
This obviously isn't like the fault of the parents necessarily. They do want what's best for their kid, but at the same time, they fail to understand that that's not exactly achievable. Some things are not achievable, and it doesn't have to be the best. You know what I mean? Things can also be just good. They don't have to be the best. Not always. It's not necessary. As long as things are good, dude. If things are good. Your child is already doing better than 90% of people. If things are good, not you know the best, good, just baseline good, not bad. Your child is already doing better than 90% of people. You should be happy for them as a parent.
Similar to Linus, Syndicate
That's my opinion,
was part of the Make-A-Wish program, being chosen by a kid named Alec for them to spend a day together. This resulted in a video titled "Making His Wish Come True," in which they flew in a helicopter and became extremely close.
Give me a high five.
That's
Did you
cute.
enjoy the helicopter ride then?
Syndicate inspired
Aww.
Alec to open his own channel.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for over 200 subscribers already. That's pretty crazy.
However, just 43
That's
days
so
later,
cute.
Syndicate made a tragic announcement.
They gave me permission to be able to let you guys know that, unfortunately, he did lose his battle. And
Yikes.
you know, now he's in a better place because...
You know what makes this bad? I want to confirm. Let me confirm just in case, but I'm pretty sure. Yep. Yeah, I do remember correctly. What makes this so bad is, I mean, he's crying over a kid here, but at the same time, he scammed millions of children. You do remember that T. Martin and him, they ran like an online casino that they secretly owned. That's actually kind of fucked up. And he would cry over this kid because he personally knew it, but then he doesn't mind scamming a bunch of other children out of their fucking parents' money. You know, and ruining, fucking making their lives harder at least, or ruining them or profiting off of them, whatever you want to use. Just because he doesn't know them. Like, he just doesn't, he didn't mind that at all. That's really fucked up. It really hypocritical as well. That's the same thing that I mentioned earlier. It's just like if it happens to someone you know, you will care. If it happens to someone you don't know, you won't give a single shit. That's how humanity works, and it's fucked. It's totally fucked. That's why I personally don't give a shit no matter who it happens to.
5. Kai Cenat. Kai was trying to become Twitch's most subscribed streamer, setting a goal of 80,000 to overtake XQC. When he'd reached the milestone in late 2022, he almost couldn't handle it.
80,000 is crazy.
Wait, that's not sad though. That's happy. What? How's that sad? That's not a sad moment. Also, YouTube, it's Twitch, but okay. No, I mean, that's happy moment. What are you talking about? That's a great moment. Why would that be sad? I mean, unless it just shares like some shit from his childhood, then yeah. But still, it's happy that he made it here.
Oh, 80,000 is crazy.
By getting a supportive call from his mum, sent Kai over the edge.
Hold on, my mom calling me.
Congratulations, son.
Thank you.
You're number one. I mean, we watching and we're so proud of you, everybody. Babe, I love you so much. Babe, I'm so proud of you.
That's
You're
nice.
number one.
That's not sad. That's happy, bro.
I'm so happy to be your mom.
Oh, okay, dude. That's so. Oh,
Working hard like this.
that's so nice. That's so heartwarming, bro.
No, you just finding out. My son works hard. He's a grinder every day, every night.
You number one and you my son, and I'm proud to be your mum. Man, straight
That
tears
is
right
very
there.
wholesome. That is
For
very
Matthew
wholesome.
Santoro. Nicole Arbor was his girl.
No, what the fuck happened with him? What Matthew Santoro? But I used to watch. I used to fucking watch him, and then I remember what happened again. Something with this bitch. Was it with him? Or was this his like? I don't even fucking know. He was with someone, and then she fucked him over or some shit. I don't remember what the fuck happened.
girlfriend, and they seemed
There's some
like
goofy
a
ass drama
healthy
though.
YouTube couple. However, 4 months after separating, Matthew uploaded a video titled My Abuse Story.
It's not something people ever talk about, but I feel compelled to because I was in an abusive relationship.
He began by explaining that Nicole was very controlling.
This individual that I was with was extremely jealous. I had to cut every female out of my life, out of social media, delete every number out of my phone.
Before adding he'd been hit by her in
She
the
was
middle of an
basically
argument.
This
a
person
man.
prevented me from leaving their home and said, "You're not going anywhere." At which point,
I mean, that's
I was
essentially
hit
what
in the
those
face.
fucking like most like men who like follow like people like Andrew Tate, which I think is just most men in general probably. You know, just that level of control. That's basically her, I guess.
Matthew to break
That's
down
so fucked.
crying.
That is very fucked up. That is very fucked up. That is insane.
And it's something that men never talk about because we're made to
True.
believe that we're supposed to be strong.
True.
And I never talked about it because I thought that
King.
no one would believe me. No one would give a shit.
Slay,
Into one
king,
of
bro,
the saddest
slay.
videos ever uploaded to YouTube.
There's people that love you and you don't need to be in that relationship.
I don't remember this drama. I thought it was goofy as shit. Why do I remember being goofy as shit? Didn't he catch a bunch of shit for this? I only remember the drama from when I was a kid. I don't actually remember any details. Obviously, I wasn't very well informed. I guess it was actually way fucking worse than I thought. He actually got fucked over hard.
You don't need to be with someone that hates you and uses you and manipulates you to do everything that they want.
3. Jake Paul. In late 2019, Jake announced he was basically quitting YouTube to train for a boxing match he'd scheduled against
Is that sad?
Gibb. The fight became his sole focus for almost half a year, and while he would eventually win,
Wait, number
Jake
3?
revealed on Logan's podcast his life felt meaningless after.
Like, I win the fight, right? That was my sole focus and purpose. All of a sudden, I get back to LA. I'm by myself.
Okay, again, this is just a fuck. I'm gonna predict it. This is just a case of another fucking millionaire crying that he has problems, which every fucking single person on the planet has. Yeah, you fucking did something. You set your mind to something. You did it, and after it was done, you're depressed. Guess what? Guess when I feel like that. I feel like that when I fucking finish a video game, bro. Like, it's not exactly a difficult feeling to come across, and it's not just because he put it in like actual physical effort, shit like that. That does not mean that like he felt any worse than, for example, I do when I fucking, put my mind to finishing BioShock on survivor mode. You know what I mean? Like, the ultimate thing is you set your fucking mind to something, you do it, and then afterwards you feel depressed because you're like, okay, I did it. I can't go higher than this, or like, I did it. What the fuck do I do now? Where do I go from here? Like me, for example, when I did I don't want to make, I feel like, fuck it, it's my channel, I can make it about me. When I did the fucking subathon, what the fuck am I yapping about? The marathon for Elden Ring DLC. Bro, you fucking gotta admit, right? That was fucking hardcore dedication. I fucking dedicated my fucking life to it. I did not talk to my fucking parents for like, how long was that? Like 4 to 5 days straight? Mind you, I fucking talked to them multiple times a day. Like, I socialize with my parents a lot. I know that's a bit weird. I'm pretty sure most people don't do that, but fuck it. I love my parents. I love my family. I like talking with them. I also hate talking with them sometimes, but I hate talking with them. You know what I mean? What was I saying? So I completely fucking did that. I fucking ate like shit for days. Because I couldn't really eat. Half of the days I couldn't like eat my mom's cooking. Half I could, to be fair. But half of them I couldn't really. Basically had to be on fucking stream all fucking day. It was basically a lot of dedication. I don't know. It feels like I'm bragging. I'm not. I'm talking about my fucking suffering. Okay. And afterwards, I was like, wow, I actually fucking did it. I thought I was gonna quit eventually, but I actually did it. And great. What the fuck do I do now? And you know what? Why it hurts even more? I'll fucking overshadow fucking whatever Jake Paul is about to fucking say. You know why it hurts more? That shit, what I did hurts me way more than whatever the fuck he did. He beating that guy in boxing. Because he actually got money for that. He actually got recognition for that. I got nothing for my fucking time spent. Days streaming, mind you. Unbroken. Fucking stream myself sleeping. I got nothing for it. Zero. Zilch. Literally nothing. Except for, depression. Because I was like, okay, well, I did it. I don't feel that happy, honestly.
Myself, like, sitting in the fucking room, and I'm like, what do I do?
In addition to feeling
it's just a typical fucking problem that everyone has.
Jake explained he was dealing with 4 different lawsuits.
And then I wake up the next day, have a phone call like with my lawyers for one of the
Why exactly did he get a lawsuit?
Literally like something I did not do. And it goes back to like people just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail.
I mean, that's just no. No, I'll straight up say it. There's fucking no way that's like he got 4 lawsuits, professional lawsuits that actually like serious not joke lawsuits, not like fake lawsuits, real lawsuits because they wanted to see him fail. That is the most fucking egotistical fucking thing I've heard in my fucking life. Nobody gives a shit about you, man. It's the simple truth of life. Nobody gives a shit about you. No matter who the fuck you are, ultimately people don't give a shit about you. Nobody wants to fucking go after you and see you fail just for the sake of seeing you fail because they want to bring you down. I feel like that all the time too. I don't fucking vocalize it. I don't actually believe it. Like after a little bit of thinking for 5 seconds, no, that's not true. It's just fucking life. Everyone fucks everyone over. Like that's how it works.
For literally like
nobody cares about you
fucking
specifically.
nothing. Like they're suing me for something I didn't do.
Again, like if that's the case, I'm pretty sure that would be very easy to disprove. What's the big deal?
On God, and then
He actually said on God.
Okay, take a break. Take a break.
Yeah, take a breather. We can sit for a second.
Which consumed not only his life but his family's as well.
my mom is like spending
Okay, well, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of his family, so I don't really care, especially considering his dad is a literal pedophile, but whatever.
hours of her day when she's retired. She's in Hawaii, and they're like, "Yo, your son has to pay this." Like, it just like so stupid.
2. Dan TDM. Dan's dog Ellie was a staple in his videos ever since he got her back in 2013.
I remember this, I think. Yeah, I remember
she helped
this.
Dan film reaction videos, fashion shows, and even Minecraft content, stealing the hearts of up to 30 million viewers.
I remember that.
when he'd
30 million
uploaded a video
kids, by the way.
titled Goodbye Ellie, Dan and his
Yeah, that was this
audience
was a
were
sad
totally
situation, I remember. But again, another pet dying, I can't really relate.
Ellie died.
He'd explain exactly how Ellie passed.
I feel like the reason, actually, you know, I think I just figured out why I don't get attached to pets. Because I know they're gonna die. There's no way you're gonna live your whole life with your pet. That's impossible. That's not gonna happen. With one pet, you're not gonna live your whole life. That's why I probably don't ever get attached to pets, because it's just an objectively stupid thing to do. Because that animal is gonna die and it's gonna hurt you.
Because she went in for an
like if you don't want to get hurt, you don't do that shit.
Going for an operation, and you just didn't
You don't
wake
get
up
attached. I guess my
before
brain
the
just
protocol that
subconsciously
happened.
did that.
Planning, like, how we're
Or
gonna
like a
work
form
out
of
picking her up
self-defense. I don't know.
when our operation is finished, and then you just get hit with that.
Calling the loss one of his most difficult challenges.
I know it's a dog, but for us, it's like it's a member of our family, and I'm very lucky.
See, that's why I can't get behind. Member of family, it's a fucking man. It's a fucking animal.
Like, my heart
Like,
literally hurts.
1. Theo Von and
Did you really expect it to fucking live that
There's been
long?
many a sad moment on Theo Von's podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. We cry on here every week. Sorry, dude.
That's beautiful. Yet few compare to episode number 476. Theo and Sean began discussing their childhoods.
I used to always sleep in my mom's room because I thought my dad was gonna kill my mom. So like I would like sleep by the door. I'd sleep
To make sure she was all right.
Yeah, I'd sleep under the bed. You know, I'd sleep by the door.
Yet Sean couldn't finish his story as it was simply too traumatic.
I remember when I stopped believing in God, man. Like I had fucking yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud.
So, man.
I'm sorry.
Finally, Jesus Christ. Okay. Finally, one fucking thing that's actually like seriously fucked up and sad and worth actually like sympathizing with. But this is actually
We don't
serious.
talk, man. I can just sit here with you for a minute. I can just sit here. We can just sit
Nah,
here.
it's all good, dude. Just take a second, just process it.
Leading Theo to comfort him by offering his own story.
Dude, I remember being so scared when I was a kid. Like I was saying, like I remember hearing that like animal pizza when another animal wouldn't come. So I would stand up on my bed at night and I would pee around my bed in a circle because I was afraid that things were gonna get
Who were you afraid? Like any particular? Just
everything. I mean, I was just afraid of everything.
Damn. Yeah, okay, that's an actual, fair enough, that's an actual real one, talking about actual fucking trauma and shit like that.
From Jake Paul.
Alright, well, that was a good Sunny V2 video, pretty good one. Not as good as his usual stuff, because I feel like most of these slots were not at all, like, sad. Some of them were actually happy, and then others were just, like, plain, like, whatever. Yeah, happens to a bunch of people every fucking day. Like, 3 of them, I think, were about pets. Which I feel like is a bit... Like, again, like, I can't relate, but whatever. I don't know. Good video, good video.